Good afternoon. My name is Konkar Christiana Fekwap, a student of Gambaga Senior High School, and my co-presenters,
Alasan Fatima Tuzara
and
Sambian Patience Linga.
We are here to present to you a project work entitled The Use of Domestic Waste Products in the Production of Vermicompost. Introduction. Vermicomposting is the use of worms to break down organic waste into compost rich in nutrients and is a means of sustainable waste management with considerable environmental and economic benefits. Problem statement. Sustainable waste management with considerable environmental and economic benefits through vermicomposting, a process through which organic waste is broken down into compost rich in nutrients, using worms in Gambaga and Northeast at large, but this is aimed to drastically reduce improper waste disposal and environmental pollution. As Ghana's waste management system faces inadequate infrastructure and low public awareness by Asase et al. 2009. Background of studies. Research in Ghana proves that vermicomposting is an effective means of processing waste from households, markets, and farms into compost for enhancing soil fertility and boost agricultural productivity. Vermicomposting, however, has not been embraced largely due to lack of public awareness, technical knowledge and economic constraints. Inadequate infrastructure, low technical knowledge, and low public awareness mitigate waste management in Gambaga Community and Northeast as a whole, but has a higher potential of practicing vermicomposting. Despite these challenges, the constraint must be tackled through a holistic approach involving education of the community, capacity building, and financial assistance. Objectives of our project include to design and construct vermicomposting system tailored to the needs and capacity of Gambaga community, to promote community participation and ownership in the management and utilization of vermicomposting system, to assess the current waste management practice in Gambaga community.
Causes of our project: inadequate waste management infrastructure. The people of Gambaga faces inadequate waste management infrastructure such as insufficient waste bin, inadequate transportation for waste collection, and poorly managed landfill site, which is in line with Journal of Waste Management 2018, which states that inadequate space, transportation, and equipment is a common infrastructure constraint that limits the adoption of vermicomposting. Low public awareness and education. The people of Gambaga are not well informed about vermicomposting practice and benefits, which tally with Journal of Environmental Management 2020. And I quote, "Lack of awareness about benefits of vermicomposting hinders its adoption." Economic constraints. The household of Gambaga faces low income, thereby preventing their ability to invest into vermicomposting, which is in line with UNEP 2015, which states that insufficient financial resources is a common constraint that hinders the adoption of vermicomposting in many countries. Effects of the project: environmental degradation. The open dumping and burning of waste is highly destructive to the environment. Such methods lead to land soil contamination, air and water pollution, which is in line with UNEPA 2020, which states that inadequate infrastructure can lead to environmental pollution, including land, air and water, and the destruction of the ecosystem. Health risks. The open dumping and burning of waste leads to health issues such as respiratory diseases and skin infection, which tallies with World Health Organization 2018. And I quote, "Exposure to improperly managed waste leads to health risks, including transmission of diseases and allergic reactions, loss of organic resources. The manner of disposing of waste leads to the loss of valuable resource, which could be turned into valuable compost," which is in line with EPA 2020, which says that inadequate infrastructure leads to the leaching of chemical substances into the soil, causing contaminations.
Hypothesis. The tested hypothesis of our project will be community-driven vermicomposting practice implemented in Gambaga will considerably reduce improper waste disposal, enhance soil fertility, and boost agricultural productivity.
Methodology. Some of the method of data collection for vermicomposting initiative in Gambaga community include surveys and interviews at the community level. We surveyed and interviewed farmers, local leaders, and waste management officials. Waste composition analysis. The collection and grouping of waste samples were conducted in a representative sample of households for 4 weeks. Setup of the pilot vermicomposting, including basic worm bins from locally available materials such as wooden crates and plastic containers. Workshops and training. Workshops was conducted to educate and train participants on different techniques for vermicomposting. Soil and crop analysis. Soil samples were collected before and after applying vermicompost to compare the difference in soil fertility. Prototype. Materials we use in constructing the prototype are 1 large paint container, 3 medium-sized paint containers. Prototype. Materials we use in constructing the prototype are 1 large paint container, 3 medium-sized paint containers, thermoplastic rubber hose, plastic bottle, organic waste, PVC pipes, saw, knife, wire mesh, soldering iron, nose mask, glue, bolts and nuts. Use a marker and trace the mark area to be cut. Use soldering iron and knife to cut the mark area. This is the cut portion. Fix bolts and nuts and thermoplastic rubber hose into the cut portions. The PVC pipes into various lengths.
How many centimeters? 65 centimeters.
Connect the various components of the Vermicompost system.
Let's go.
How our project work. We open this fitting lid. We pour our organic manure into the large container. We pour a quantity of water to moisten it. We close it. It will ferment, which will attract the black soldier flies to go through the perforated holes into the container and lay their eggs, and it will devolve into maggots. Within 1 to 2 weeks, the maggots will be matured. It will pass through the outlet to the worms, to the maggot collector here, and then the outlet here, it will also collect the organic liquid to the organic liquids collector. When it's full, there's another outlet here. It will go through the reservoir, and at the end we have 3 products. One is the maggot, which will serve as feedstock for our animals. The organic waste, which will also serve as fertilizer, and then the liquid organic, which will also serve as our liquid fertilizer. Results from the project testing exercise. There were several positive results from the project testing exercise, which it has improved waste management. The volume of organic waste that households sent to the open dam site and then significantly decreased. Improved soil fertility. Soil testing was carried out to find out the difference in soil fertility. Increased agricultural productivity. Interested farmers who apply vermicompost to their farmlands experienced a high quantity of crop yields greater than the previous season, and they were more resistant to pests and disease. High community engagement. Community engagement was so high, and there was interest in continuing vermicomposting program. Suggested solution of our project. Community education and training. Continue conducting regular workshop and training sessions to build more awareness and capacity for vermicomposting around the community. Support and monitoring. Support for participants, including follow-up visits and monitoring of vermicomposting units. Collaboration with local authorities, working with the local government and environmental organizations. Digital resources, develop digital platforms, online apps, and access vermicomposting knowledge, guidance, and support. This brings us to the